Hi, Shay. Okay, so factor leading coefficients, we're going to do first. These two examples are from the second worksheet, okay? So the first thing you want to do is check if there's a greatest common factor. So you want to see if a number goes into all three numbers. And in this case, there's not a number that goes into 4, 9, and 5 other than 1. So we know there's not a greatest common factor, so there's no GCF. So you take this first digit, which is 4, and multiply it by the last digit, which is 5. 4 times 5 is 20. Now we have to think about two numbers that multiply together to be positive 20, right? Positive because that's positive. And then adds together, we're doing adds because that's a plus sign, to be 9, that middle number, right? So in this case, it was actually these numbers, right? 4 times 5 equals 20, and 4 plus 5 equals 9, okay? So once we have our numbers, you just do 4n, you only take one n because 2 divided by 2 is 1. Take one n because you're splitting those n's up, so 4n, we use this for, over 4, that's that 4. And then we have 4n, which we got from here, over 5 equals 0. So this can, the 4n over 4 can simplify, right? 4 goes into 4 once, 4 goes into 4 once, so we have n over 1. And you would rewrite that by doing n plus 1. And then nothing simplifies here, so you would just take it and do 4n plus 5 equals 0, okay? So then you would just solve for n. So n plus 1 equals 0. Subtract by 1. N equals negative 1. Or 4n plus 5 equals 0. Subtract 5. So then you have 4n equals negative 5. Divide by 4. N equals negative 5/4. Okay, so those are your two options for that one. Here's another example. 10b squared plus 36b minus 16 is 0. So think of a number that can go into all three of these digits, 10, 36, and negative 16. We can take 2 out of all of those, right? So when we do that, let's take 2 out. This would be 5b squared. Take 2 out of 36, that would be 18b. And then take 2 out of 16, that would be 8. Equals 0, right? So now you just do the same steps. Multiply the first digit by the last digit. So we have 5 times negative 8, which gives you negative 40. So now, what multiplies to be negative 40 and then subtracts, we're doing subtraction because of this minus sign, to be 18. In this case, you have 20 times negative 2. Because 20 times negative 2 equals negative 40. And then 20 minus 2 gives you positive 18. Okay? So you would do this similarly by doing 5b over 20, and then 5b over negative 2. The 5 over 20 can simplify. 5 goes into 5 once. 5 goes into 24 times. So this would be rewritten as b plus 4. And nothing simplifies here. So this would just be rewritten as 5b minus 2 equals 0. And don't forget to bring down the 2 that we already brought out. So that's that factored. And then you have to solve for b. So you would just do b plus 4 equals 0. We just took that and I just put it over here to add space. Subtract 4. B equals negative 4. Then you take this, 5b minus 2, set that equal to 0. 5b minus 2 equals 0, add 2. 5b equals 2, divide by 5 to get your b alone. b equals 2/5. Okay, so that's how you do the leading coefficients. If you have further questions, just call me. Now let's go over special products. Special products deals with perfect squares, okay? So this is difference of squares. Difference of squares because the difference minus, and then these are both squares, right? So you would set it up by doing b plus, and then b minus equals 0, okay? So now we have to figure out what multiplies by itself to be 121. So that's 11 times 11, 11 squared. So 11 would go here, and 11 would go here. So then when you solve, you do b plus 11 equals 0, get b alone, subtract by 11. So we have b equals negative 11, and then b minus 11 equals 0, add 11, b equals 11. Okay, so when you see just the b squared minus a number, that's difference of squares. So all you have to do is this, okay? This one, x squared plus, this by the way is on special products worksheet number 2. X squared plus 16 plus 64. So in this case, we have to figure out what multiplies together to equal positive 64 and then adds together to equal positive 16. So because both are plus, both are going to be plus in your parentheses, okay? So a number that multiplies by, so numbers that multiply by each other and then multiply to equal 64 and then add to be 16. In this case, it would be 8. Because 8 times 8 equals 64, 8 plus 8 equals 16. So for this case, you would just do x plus 8 equals 0, subtract 8 on both sides, x equals negative 8. So when you see 2 plus signs, it's just 2 plus signs in here as well, okay? And now for this last one, x squared minus 14x plus 49. So this is going to be x plus, nope, just kidding, it's going to be x minus and x minus. Because negative numbers multiplied together gives you positive, but then negative numbers added together gives you the negative, okay? So that's why they're both subtraction, okay? What multiplies to equal 49 and then adds to be negative 14, right? So in this case, negative 7 and negative 7, because negative 7 times negative 7 equals positive 49, but negative 7 plus negative 7 gives you negative 14. So then in this case, you would just do x minus 7 equals 0, add 7 to get x alone, x equals 7. Okay, I hope this helped, and if not, you can just reach out to me and I can give you a call. Have a great rest of spring break.